Okay, so first of all, it's about stopping. The second time is about taking those deep breaths so that you've got that extra energy, you've got that extra calmness, you've got that little bit of extra peacefulness. I'm not saying that, whatever the issue is has disappeared, but you're in a better state to be able to manage it. And then it's about observe. So this is when you're in a better position to go back, excuse me, to the questions I was asking at the beginning. How are you feeling? What are you thinking? How are you behaving? Okay, and it's about being honest about it. I talk about this a lot. Put your hand on your heart and really be honest about it. And if you're feeling shit, then say to yourself, I'm feeling shit. This is shit and I don't like it. Or if you don't like that word, find a word that represents how you are feeling. All right? Because sometimes just saying those words, in the basic form will really help you to just see it, to release it, because that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to release the tension, the anxiety, the stress, the frustration, the anger, the hurt, so that it will go, so that it will flow away from you. And often the best way of doing that is through action. So whether it is having a scream and a rant and a rave, whether it's having a cry, if sometimes, I don't know about you, but sometimes you feel as if you want to cry, but you can't cry. Your body won't allow you to do it. So put on some music that makes you cry. Put on the film that makes you sob your heart out and release some of that tension, because, that is what crying does for us. It helps release that tension, just like ranting and raving. Go out somewhere and have a scream, if that is your way of doing it. Or, put on the boxing gloves and get up the gym and, box that beanbag. Or, if you can't do that, then box, the pillows on your mattress, pillows on your bed, just something that you can release that energy. All right. And then start thinking about what it is that you want to be different. Okay, this is how I'm feeling now, but this is how I want to be feeling. This is how I want to be thinking. This is how I want to be behaving. All right. And then think of a time when you have felt that before. And what was it that gave you those feelings, those thoughts and that behaviour? Because if you can remember that time, you can go back to it and do the VACOG walk, which I've talked about in the past, so that you can use your memory bank, use the visual of that memory, the sounds of that memory, the smells and the tastes of that memory, the actions, to help you re-engage with those thoughts and those feelings and behaviours again. And then you'll be in a better position. I'm sorry about that, I had a phone call come in. I had to cancel it, my poor son. I'm sorry, I will call you back. So how are you... I've lost a bit of track of where I was going now. So yes, so you can tap into those thoughts and those feelings and behaviours again to help you find your better way of doing it. Okay, and then it's about P for pacing yourself for progress, and whether that progress is about getting the support that you need, like I was talking about yesterday. Is it a friend? Is it a work colleague? Is it a professional person? And just going to them and talking about things. But remember, it's about tiny steps. So when you're in this state of tension, anxiety, stress, frustration, feeling out of control, don't think too far ahead. All right, you know what you want to be thinking and feeling and behaving, but to get there might be quite a slow little bit of progress. All right, so hi Jenny, lovely to see you here. So the progress, make sure that the steps are small, but they're the right steps. All right, because if you take the wrong step or you take a too big a step and you're struggling to meet that step, then it actually might backfire on you and you might end up feeling even worse and start the negative self-talk and the doubt again and the lack of control and the confusion and the frustration and all of those feelings that you're trying to eliminate. All right, so it's have tiny little baby steps to help you get there. All right, and when you've done that little baby step, give yourself the thumbs up. Say, yes, I'm one little step away from how I was feeling before. And then progress on to the next step. Because actually those tiny little steps, those tiny little baby steps of progression to getting nearer to what you want to be feeling, thinking and behaviour are going to escalate and really support you as long as you celebrate it, really support you in your long-term progress.